Hey, that boat ride looks pretty cool on a hot day like this, huh?
The one where they launch it into the lake?
Splash down.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed. It goes from an angle to straight right away. That's
Yeah, you're going to feel that.
Yeah, you're going to get splashed too.
For no doubt. No doubt.
Yeah, that would be really useful today.
Absolutely.
Really, really hot.
And it's only getting warmer this week.
Yes, so tomorrow it'll be just a little bit cooler, and then it gets way, way warmer.
Oh, boy.
It's the first week of summer, and we're going to be feeling it.
Welcome to it.
Yes, but first, let's look at this sunset.
Nice.
This is from Meg Roberts.
Thanks,
outside
Meg.
Salt Lake. Yes, thanks, Meg. Brian, you got me. Beautiful sunset there, and we could take another look at a sunset picture from Monte Cristo. Tammy Budge sent this our way. Gorgeous sunset across the state today. Now, you notice the clouds there in that picture. We had some clouds start to roll through in the late afternoon, and they're still sticking around a little bit, but they'll move on out. Our satellite radar shows that the reason we have the clouds is because of this low pressure system off the coast, ushering in that moisture into the Great Basin. And we're going to punch this in and put it into motion. The clouds are mostly going to stay I-70 north, and it's going to continue to clear on out through the rest of the evening. We're not expecting any precipitation. Clear down in southern Utah, though. And you can take a look at that right here on our time lapse. Very little cloud coverage and a very nice sunset. This is one of the areas that is under a red flag warning. This expires here in the next couple of hours, but that doesn't mean that the fire risk is gone. We still do have that threat for wildfire danger as we get into tomorrow, because it is still going to be warm and it will still be dry. And then as we get into the middle of this week, I suspect that fire risk is going to jump yet again as winds increase. Now, right now, we are in the 70s down I-15, 80 degrees for Cedar City. We still have some 90s on the eastern portion of the state, 69 for Blanding near Four Corners, and St. George at 95 degrees. Here in Salt Lake, we're going to drop to about 75 degrees by midnight with partly cloudy skies. Skies are going to continue clearing on out overnight. Overnight lows will be in the mid-60s along the Wasatch Front, and then we're looking at clear skies as the sun comes up, 77 degrees by 10 a.m., so a fairly pleasant day tomorrow. Futurecast shows that there isn't a whole lot going on. We stay fairly calm, and that's thanks to this high pressure remaining in control, and that keeps us dry, acting as a storm block, keeping all that wet weather to the north of us. Our upper level Futurecast shows us the big picture here. We have this warm weather, but as that low pressure system lifts up into the north and high pressure starts to build in the middle of the week, we're going to see even hotter conditions. And then high pressure slides to the east, and the clockwise rotation means we get that southerly flow, and that's going to drag all that hot air across the Beehive State, bringing that record heat on Thursday. And record heat could hold on into Friday, but Thursday is our best chance. And then we have a system that's going to swoop in from the north. That'll switch the direction of the wind and bring us cooler temperatures for your Sunday. Actually fairly pleasant. All right, let's talk about those records. Thursday, what you see here in the orange is the forecasted high. We're expected to hit 103 degrees here in Salt Lake City, and the record set back in 1940 was 101 degrees. As we get into Friday, we're just a degree shy of that record, but we could certainly still hit it. It's not out of the question. As for tomorrow, temperatures are about 5 degrees cooler than they were today. 86 degrees will be the high in Salt Lake City. We have 80s down I-15, a couple of 90s on the eastern and southern portion of the state. 102 for St. George tomorrow. We could punch this in a little bit, break it down a little bit more. The Wasatch Front will be in the mid to upper 80s, 70s for the Wasatch back. Central Utah looking similar, 98 degrees for Green River. And then down in southern Utah, we have a mix of 80s, 90s, and even 102 degrees there in St. George. And it gets warmer. By Wednesday, we're looking at temperatures at 107, 108 for your Thursday. First day of summer, 104 degrees. Windy, so it'll keep you a little bit cooler, and then it drops to the 90s for your Sunday. The Wasatch Front warms up to the 90s for Wednesday, 103 degrees for Thursday. We stay in the triple digits into Friday, and then it cools down to the 70s for your Sunday.
Ooh, scorching there at the end of the week.
Yes, I'm looking forward to Sunday.
Yeah, you and me both.
It's like the